Welcome to the Learn to Sew Academy channel. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you.
Welcome. Today we're going to be making a blouse with puffed sleeves. And before I start, I just wanted to invite you to please subscribe to this channel if you're yet to subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button below. Also, remember to click on the bell so that way you get notified anytime I load new videos. The measurements we're going to be needing is the shoulder. We're going to need the bust measurement. We're going to need a waist measurement. So we're gonna need the half length. We're also going to need the hip measurement because this blouse is just going to be right just about on top of the hip area. So we're gonna need the hip area because of that. I'm going to also be needing a sleeve length, and I'm going to be needing a sleeve round. In this puff sleeve, we're going to be having elastic around the sleeve round area. So for the sleeve round, as you will see when we start to cut for the sleeve round, we're not going to cut the exact sleeve round that we measure. Our measurement is just to help us to know when we add our elastic, to know how much elastic we're going to be needing for that area. That is just why we need the sleeve round. I'm going to fold this into two. And as you fold, you want to take into consideration the measurement of your hip area. And that's because it's going to be the biggest part of the body as we measure this blouse. So after you have folded into two, you want to fold again so that we form 4 layers. When you count at the edge here, you should have 4 layers. And then this time when we fold, because we are going to be having a zipper at the back, you want to make sure you leave allowance for your zipper. So when I fold, you will notice that I leave this extra here. This is going to be where the zipper goes at the back. And since we're folding into 4, we're going to divide whatever hip you're using. You divide that by 4. The hip measurement that I'm going to be using here is 42 inches. And if you divide that by 4, we're going to have 10.5. So what you want to do is after you have folded, you want to make sure that you have that 10.5 plus any other allowances you need. If you want to put a dart in it, in this one, it's going to be a dartless top. But if you wanted to put a dart in yours, you're going to add your additional 1 inch for the dart. But over here, I'm just going to add only the sewing allowance because I don't want to put a dart in this top. So the next thing I want to do now is I want to measure the length that I need. I need a length of 25 for this project. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to measure my 25 inches. And then you add whatever allowances you need, both for the bottom and also for the top. So I'm just measuring my 26 here. And I'm going to join this. I'm going to cut this little piece out so that it's just more manageable. And that way you can also see it better if I just work with less fabric. So this is just a basic top that we're doing. So I'm going to start my measurement from right here where I have the fold, because this is going to be the center front. And right here where I have it open is going to be my center back. This is where my zipper goes. So we're going to start with the shoulder. And for the shoulder, we're using 16. So you divide that into 2, because when you took your measurement for the shoulder, you went from one end of your shoulder to the other end across like that. So we're going to divide the 16 by 2. That's going to give us 8. And then I'm going to add half an inch for my seam allowance. Then from that point, I'm going to come down and I'm just going to do a 10. The marking I have here is where I'm going to use as a guide to let me know where to begin to measure for the bust. Now the bust we're going to be using in this project is 42. Now we're going to divide that into 4. Remember, we folded this into 4, and we are dividing into 4 because whenever you take the measurement for the bust, you go all around the bust area. You take that circumference. That's how you measure it. So what I'm doing is 42 divided by 4. And when you do your 42 divided by 4, like we determined earlier, you're going to have 10.5. So I'm going to do 10.5 and add a seam allowance. So I'm going to add a seam allowance of 1 inch right there. Now we come down from that top point and we measure our half length. The half length is 16, and I'm adding half an inch because we're going to be having seam allowance on the top, so we have to factor that in, and that is what I have down here. Now down here is where I'm going to measure the waist. So that's what this mark is helping me to determine where I'll be measuring my waist. And the waist that I'm using here is 38 inches, but I'm not making a fitted top. It's going to be a little loose around the area. It's not going to be fitted, which is also one of the reasons why we are not putting a dot. So we're going to do 38 divided by 4. Again, the same reason why we did divided by 4 here is the same reason why we're going to be dividing here by 4 as well. So that's going to give us 9.5. But I'm going to add an extra. It's 38, but I'm going to do 40 inches so that it's a little loose around the waist area. So I'm going to do 40. When you divide 40 by 4, we're going to have 10 inches, and then you're going to add your seam allowance, which I am using 1. You can use half. You can use anywhere between half to 1 inches, or even some have used 1.5 inches, but you don't want it to be too big too. You don't want the allowance to be too much as well. So now that I've measured this, I'm now going to come down by 8 inches. It could be 7 inches for others, depending on the height. So I'm coming back down by 8 inches, and now this is where the hip measurement goes. So for the hip measurement is 42 inches. We divide by 2, it gives us 10.5. We add our 1 inch of seam allowance and we arrive at 11.5. So next thing that I'm going to do is just to connect all these lines. I'm going to connect from the shoulder area to the bust area. And this all that you do, you just do a curved line from that point. If you have a curve ruler, you can use that as well. That's what we've done. And then you want to connect from here to here. That's from the bust to the waist, from the waist to the hip. And when you get around the hip, you just bring it all the way down. Even though I've used the ruler, when you come around the waist, you want it to be curved. You don't want to have a sharp line over there. And even for your hip area, you want it to have a little bit of curve. And for that, you can also use a curve ruler to help you. Then the next thing you want to do is the neckline. For the neckline, again, we're starting from the middle, so always remember that. So we're going to do a 5.5. By 3. You know what? I'm going to make it a 5 by 3. So you can make your neckline whatever you want. I have a video that shows you different necklines. You can actually do different necklines. I'm going to link that in the description, so be sure to check that out. But I'm using a 5 by 3. And what you want to do is you just want to curve from one side to the other, and you just join that. And for the back, we just come down straight like that for the back. I'm gonna make the back and the front the same neckline. That's another thing. You can decide to make your back like a v-neck or whatever other design you want. You can make the front a sweetheart neckline or whatever else. Again, check my video on how to make necklines for that. So now I'm just going to cut this following our marks. And again, remember we have that curve over there. We don't want it to be just straight because our body shape is not just straight. It's curvy. So now what I'm going to do now next is to put a shoulder slant. I can use anything between 1/2 inch to 1 inch for the slant. And I'm just going to cut that. And that completes the main body of the blouse. Now I'm going to line this, and what I'll be doing with the lining is just to use this as templates. Fold the lining the same way, place this on top of it, and cut exactly the same thing for the lining. And I have a similar top that I made that's very similar to this, and it also shows you how I'm going to join the lining. If you'll be interested to see that, the sleeves for that is different. If you would like to see that, I'll leave that too in the description. Please check that to see how I join the lining for this. Now, next we're going to work on the sleeves. I'm going to be making a puff sleeve for this. And depending on how much puff you want, that's going to determine the fold that you're going to have. Depending on how much gathers you want at the top of it, and then depending on how much you want it to be at the bottom too. So that's going to determine how much you're going to be folding. Also, the length too will help you to determine how much of a puff you want. So the length too matters. If you want a smaller puff, then you may go with a shorter length so that it's not too puffy. If you want it really big, you know, you will go with a longer length. So it depends on what you want. And I'm going to be cutting the two sleeves at the same time. By the time I fold it, this is going to be too little for the puff that I need. So I'm going to fold this some more. So I'm going to give you the length of this real quick. Let's measure and see what I have here. I have 38 approximately. So I folded it first into two, and I'm folding it again so that I'll have 4 layers. And I'm going to be using 17 inches for the length. And then I'm going to connect this. Now when you start to cut your sleeves, make sure you're cutting from the middle, not where you have the opening. So always remember that. You go to where you have the full fold, that is your middle. And like I said, what you have here is going to determine how much of a puff you want to form. So because I want it to be really big, that's why I have used this. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to measure the armhole that I have here. I have approximately 10.5 here. Remember, we are starting from here, but when we start to cut this, it's going to be a little different from when you do the basic sleeve. If it's just an ordinary regular basic sleeve, I'll do my measurement for the 10.5 from right here where I have the fold. But because I'm going to do gathers around here, I want this to be gathered because of all the puff I want to form. I'm going to start my measurement for that 10.5 around here, around this end, so that by the time I cut it now, this is going to be my full fold, and this here is going to be where I have my openings. So I'm going to look for 10.5 roughly. I'm going to see where that starts from. So around here, to here. So what I want to do is I want to make, you know how we'll do like an S, an inverted S, depending on how you place your fabric. So that's what you want to do here. I'm doing the inverted S here. And you can also use your cuff ruler to help you. And if you're interested in seeing my tutorial on making basic sleeves and all that, that will explain the basics of cutting a sleeve better, please check the description. I'll leave that there for you to see, for you to grab the basics. So again, this is different. You can see that we have this here like that, and then we start our cuff all the way from here, and this is because of how much gathers we want over there. So this right here is like 10.5. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of trace it all the way like that and let it cuff around here, so that when I'm cutting it, I just cut it, it cuffs right over here and we go straight like that. And I'm just going to open this up. We're going to put an elastic, so I don't need to shape this area. I'm just opening it up and leaving it straight, and I'm just going to put a knot right here, and that completes the cutting of this top. If you have found this video to be helpful, please leave me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see how to prep and sew this sleeve, please check the link in the description for my next video showing you how to prep this and to sew it. Thanks again. Remember to subscribe and click the bell icon. Bye.